Most of you would have come across certain incidents wherein your doctor will advise you to consume food that is well cooked, easily digestible, and light. So, what comes to your mind first? Some people will think about either bread, some will think about idli, especially Keralites will be thinking about something like idiyappam. So, basically focusing on the baked and steamed items. Actually, these baked and steamed items are difficult to digest. Surprising, right? To understand this, you need to understand the digestive system a little bit. So, when does the digestion start? It starts right from the time you think about food or you get the smell of the food. Our system starts secreting the gastric juices, enzymes, and hormones that are responsible for digestion of the food. So, it keeps the body ready to digest the food. Now, when the food we consume, it gets converted into bolus and then it gets converted into chyme in the intestines, and this way the digestion goes on. So basically there is a chemical transformation that takes place, and for this chemical transformation we say that there is a fire element that is responsible, and this fire element is termed as Agni according to Ayurveda. In the stomach and intestines we tell it by the name Jataragni, in the cells we tell it by the name Dhatuagni. So these kind of transformations even happen in substances around us. So for example, ripening of fruits, there is a chemical transformation, and we know that when we consume ripe fruits, it is easy to digest, it is even more lighter for the body. Same kind happens with the cooked food also. The cooked food is more easily digestible for our body because cooking makes it very subtler and very much acceptable for the body. So that is why grilled items or fulkas or any kind of rotis that is prepared on chulha, these things are easily digestible. I'll give you an example. In your childhood, you might have gone to your grandmother's place wherein like they might give you some sort of a substance like for example, nendra banana or maybe sweet potato or any other things according to the region. They will wrap it around in the plantain leaf and then keep it on the fire which is put off, and when they remove the cover and give you, and when you consume it, it becomes very delicious and it is even more easily digestible. You don't find it heavy at all. But the same thing if you're consuming in a steamed manner or when you're boiling it, it does not give that kind of a lightness. Now, lesser than this is digestible things which are prepared on tawa. Say for example, chapati, dosa, all these things. So even lesser than this are substances that are cooked in oils. Like say for example upma, even puris also come in this category. Now you might wonder, how come puri is more digestible than the steamed ones? In fact, you know that oil gets heated easily. So when we prepare puri, it gets digested provided we consume in a proper manner. That is, in case the puri is overloaded with too much of oil, or if we are consuming it along with some sort of heavier substance like potatoes and all, then it makes it difficult to digest. So then what you need to do is when you prepare puri, you can keep it on a tissue paper or cloth or anything so that it drains away the excess oil. So in that case, it won't be much heavy, and the quantity you consume should always be moderate. Now, lesser than this digestible is the substances that are boiled in water. For example, rice. And the least digestible is substances that are steamed in the steamer. For example, idli kind of things. Basically, it is because it does not come in contact with the fire. It is the steam of the water that helps in cooking this. So, as a result, what happens is, when you consume it, the gastric juices and hormones, everything, they find it a little difficult to digest this substance. They need more effort for it. And sometimes the quantity if you are consuming is more, then it might be an overload for the body. It might even reduce the digestive capacity. So that is why steamed items are least digestible, we say. Now this is in terms of people who have a moderate or good appetite. But in some of the diseases like in fever or vomiting, dysentery, all these things, doctors will even recommend porridge to be used. So you might wonder, porridge is in the fourth position, so how come doctors are recommending that? So in these conditions, actually porridge is given to correct the electrolyte imbalance. So when we prepare porridge with some of the medicinal herbs that help in improving the digestion issue also gets corrected. So in this way, we can select our food according to our digestive capacity. If you feel like your digestive capacity is a little lesser, grilled items are the best. Steamed items can be consumed once in a while, but regular consumption and overeating might impair your digestion.